Hello booktube. Welcome to my in-depth bookshelf tour. This is part one of quite a few parts actually. I'll be showing you my books from I'm saying about the 12th century is the earliest I have on my shelf, to the 19th century. And when we get into the 19th century, they're divided by nationality as well. The first book I have on my shelf here is the Arabian Nights, or 1001 Nights. The next three books on my shelf are all about King Arthur. So this is King Arthur and His Knights by Sir Thomas Malory. Then we have The Death of King Arthur and The Quest of the Holy Grail. Next we have The Romance of Tristan and Isolde. This is retold by Joseph Bédier. I have Onronco by Aphra Behn. I have volumes 1 and 2 of the Decameron by Boccaccio. Then we have, of course, Don Quixote by Cervantes. Then we have Evelina by Frances Burney. Fanny Hill, or Memoirs of a Woman of Pleasure by John Cleland. Robinson Crusoe by Daniel Defoe. And Moll Flanders by Daniel Defoe. Joseph Andrews by Henry Fielding. Tom Jones by Henry Fielding. Raslas Poems and Selected Prose by Samuel Johnson. Then I have The Female Quixote by Charlotte Lennox. And The Monk by Matthew Lewis. Next I have The Mysteries of Udolpho by Anne Radcliffe. Then I got Clarissa, or The History of a Young Lady by Samuel Richardson. The Sentimental Journey by Lawrence Stern. And then The Life and Opinions of Tristram Shandy, Gentleman, also by Lawrence Stern. Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift. The Castle of Otranto by Horace Walpole. Pamela by Samuel Richardson, and then the parody Shamala by Henry Fielding. The Sorrows of Young Werther by Goethe. The Scarlet Pimpernel by the Baroness Orczy. The Swiss Family Robertson. The next four are all by Balzac. We have Old Garot. Droll Stories Volume 1 and 2. And then Cousin Bet, Marguerite de Valois by Alexandre Dumas. The Man in the Iron Mask. The Three Musketeers. I read it so much that the cover fell off and I lost it. The Count of Monte Cristo. Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. I have Notes from the Underground. White Knights. The Dreams of a Ridiculous Man and Selections from the House of Dead. The Brothers Karamazov. The Possessed. Crime and Punishment. Then we have The Idiot. And then Poor Folk. The next I have three short novels in this lovely edition here. And then Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. War and Peace. I have my Jane Austen collection. This lovely hardcover of Persuasion, Pride and Prejudice, Mansfield Park, Emma, Northanger Abbey, Lady Susan, The Watsons, and Sanditon. Sense and Sensibility. The Coral Island by R.M. Valentine. Then we have Lorna Doone in this another cloth-bound edition by R.D. Blackmore. With Anne Bronte, The Tenant of Wildfell Hall. Charlotte Bronte, we have this version of Jane Eyre. This beautiful edition I've shown many times of Jane Eyre. Shirley. Emily Bronte's Wuthering Heights. Here we have Alice's Adventures Underground, which is a facsimile of the 1864 manuscript by Lewis Carroll. The complete works of Lewis Carroll. Two Wilkie Collins mysteries here. We have The Woman in White, The Moonstone. Then we have my Charles Dickens here. A Christmas Carol, The Pickwick Papers, Hard Times, Martin Chuzzlewit, A Tale of Two Cities of David Copperfield, The Mystery of Edwin Drood, Great Expectations of A Tale of Two Cities, The Christmas Books, which is a collection of Christmas stories by Charles Dickens. I have The Return of Sherlock Holmes, The Memoirs of Sherlock Holmes, The Treasury of Sherlock Holmes, of the Lost World, another copy of The Lost World and Other Stories though. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, The Hound of the Baskervilles. It's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Holmes. Adam Beattie, Middlemarch, I love these editions. Daniel Deronda, Silas Marner, and The Mill on the Floss. Then we have Thomas Hardy here. The Hand of Ethelberta, Tess of the Dubervilles, The Return of the Native, The Well-Beloved, The Trumpet Major, Far from the Madding Crowd, The Mayor of Casterbridge, Jude the Obscure. So we have North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell, Wives and Daughters, Cranford, King Solomon's Mines by H. Rider Haggard, Three Men in a Boat, Jerome K. Jerome, of Ivanhoe by Sir Walter Scott, of Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde and Other Stories, Kidnapped, Treasure Island, all by Robert Louis Stevenson, Dracula by Bram Stoker, Vanity Fair by William Makepeace Thackeray, Barchester Towers by Anthony Trollope, The Complete Oscar Wilde, The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, Little Women by Louisa May Alcott, My Antonia by Willa Cather, The Awakening and Other Stories by Kate Chopin, The Red Badge of Courage by Stephen Crane, Scarlet Letter and The House of the Seven Gables by Nathaniel Hawthorne, The Ambassadors, The Awkward Age, Portrait of a Lady, and The Turn of the Screw by Henry James. Moby Dick by Herman Melville, The Best of Herman Melville, which includes Moby Dick, Omu, Typee, and Israel Potter, Billy Budd and Other Tales. Roughing It, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, Tom Sawyer, A Pen Warmed Up in Hell, The Mysterious Stranger and Other Stories, A Connecticut Yankee at King Arthur's Court, the unabridged Mark Twain, The Innocents Abroad, The Prince and the Pauper, Uncle Tom's Cabin by Harriet Beecher Stowe, Rip Van Winkle by Washington Irving, Ben-Hur by Lew Wallace. Hey, you might want to check out Pickle's Instagram, Twitter, Goodreads, and other social media links in the description bar underneath.